Hey, what's up? A few days ago, I told you guys on my community tab that I would be doing a Q&A for the end of the year. I haven't done a Q&A and actually, wait, let me look. I don't know if this is true or not, but this thing says 4 years? Ain't no way it's been 4 years since the last Q&A. God dang. So yeah, it has been quite a while since I've actually sat down and had a conversation with all you guys without being tied to some type of crazy over-the-top video where I'm mainly providing it for information or your entertainment. So we have a total of 81 comments on this. I haven't looked at any of them, so I'm going to try to answer pretty much all of them. I know that's a very big undertaking, but I'm going to try to do all of them, if not most of them. So without further ado, let's get into it because this is going to be a long video. What are some of your favorite moments during your streams? If you don't have any, what's your favorite team to use throughout the year, whether used in a video or not? You may just to have fun with. Well, favorite moments in streams is just whenever I'm talking and just chilling with you guys for the most part, which is majority of the stream, right? Yeah, talking about GS is always fun and everything, but you know, just having like an actual conversation with the viewers is probably like top 5 things that I do as a content creator. I really enjoy that a lot, and that's one of the things that I like the most. In terms of my favorite team that I've made recently, it's probably just like my gray nuke team. That's it for GS. Most hated units. You go on and on about how you love some units, you never say the ones you hate besides Mako. Let's see OP's hate you. Well, I hate Mako just because you use her so much, and I mean literally she's been used ever since the game came out. Apart from Mako, I don't necessarily hate anybody apart from Groitz. That's the only other character. I think everyone else I'm kind of okay with. Will you make nuking guides for other Crest Palaces like how you did with Oldius? Maybe, but for right now, no. If you could design a mechanic to be added to Grand Summoners, what would it be? It can be quality of life change or a whole new game mechanic. Well, I have a few things that I would like to add. One would be an auto sell feature for after you summon, or, you know, just being able to go into your inventory and instantly auto sell everything in your inventory. A lot of other games has this, like Bleach Brave Souls for an example. I think it's really great. It definitely just keeps you out of the menus and gets you back into like what you're supposed to be doing in the game, whether it be summoning, playing the game, grinding events, whatever the case may be. I would like that a lot for both unit-wise and equip-wise, just to have the auto sell feature. How did you first get into Grand Summoners, and what is your opinion on how it was developed throughout all these years? Favorite moments, metas, events, etc. Oh god. So I got into Grand Summoners back in the day. It was like, I forgot what year it was, but it was the same year that the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia came out. And the reason that I remember it like that is because the way how I found GS was one night I got bored of Dissidia. I was just playing it, and I pretty much was at the point in the game that I couldn't do anything else. I've been playing that game literally since it dropped, and I think this was around February, maybe March, whenever I kind of got bored, and I was like, you know what, let me go on the App Store and find some stuff. And I saw Grand Summoners there, and I was like, oh, okay, this game looks cool, and I wanted to download it and try it out because I wanted to get into Brave Frontier, but by that time, Brave Frontier was already out for like half a decade, and it was so complex and super convoluted that it was really hard for me to like actually get into it and really enjoy it. So since GS was there, I was like, oh, okay, this looks similar, so let me try this. I tried it out, and I liked it, and originally, I actually wasn't going to make videos on it, but then I went to YouTube, and I saw people weren't posting videos on it, so I was like, you know what, why not? I'll make a video and see if people like it. And that was the first video that ever like really popped off on my channel, because before then I was just uploading random stuff like Warframe, Destiny, like COD every now and again. Then I posted Grand Summoners, and I saw, oh snap, you know, I got like over like 2,000 views first video. That was a first for me. And then I kind of just kept it moving from there, and you know, here we are now. In terms of like my favorite moments, metas, or events, one of my favorite moments I think is my Golden Kamui summons and my Kill la Kill summons from back in the day. Golden Kamui was really fun because I literally pulled like a Serpa and Shugimoto like super fast, and it was just so great because I was extremely hyped for that crossover. I literally watched the anime, or season 1 of the anime, whenever that came out, to like be prepared for it. And then for Kill la Kill, I just wanted Mako because I knew how broken she was, and I got her like twice in like 2 different multis, and I was like, dang, this is crazy. Apart from that though, like favorite metas or anything, probably like Regulus, Fina around that time. That was really fun. Everything after that is okay. Like there's some highlights, of course, like Yu Hakusho, definitely really like Fairy Tail a lot. And I think whenever Mines first came out was really cool because it was just a fun time, man. One thing that I love the most about unlimited events or like new modes in Grand Summoners is whenever everybody in the community can kind of come together and just like hang out and just chill and talk about it and have fun with it. And whenever Mines first came out, I remember everybody was in my Discord. We were all in the general VC, and it was a fun time. It was just a real fun time. We were just talking about stuff, just random stuff, not even just the game sometimes, just talking talking about anything in life, and it was great. It was a really fun time, and I really loved that the most. I love that type of interaction. So, will you make your own unit tier list? This is probably my most requested thing, for me to make a legitimate tier list and not just goof off with it. Maybe one day. Do you think Super Awoken characters would be rushed? Considering now that JP has crossovers with characters with 6-star slots, so we can't keep up with that. I do think that Super Awoken characters will probably be rushed onto the global scene. If I had to guess, I'm thinking we probably have like at most maybe 4 months. What are your most wanted crossovers for Grand Summoner? What units would you want? So me, myself, I've always said this whenever this question gets brought up. I'm perfectly okay with whatever we get as long as it's cool and it's entertaining and interesting. But if I had to pick some crossovers, you know, I'm going with Nier, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get my Nier in here. You know, we haven't had a gaming crossover ever in GS, at least, you know, since it came to global. Would love for Nier, would love for like Devil May Cry, you know, since last Claudia did that. Would really like just a lot of different games, you know, to cross over with GS. Would it be crazy if we actually got like a Doom collab? And imagine Doomslayer being in the game. That would be a little bit too much, but that would be wild if that was the case. Oh yeah, and then of course I can't forget, like in terms of anime, I would take a Bleach crossover, because like, hey, that new 1000 Year Blood War, let me stop. And also JoJo. One of them would be really cool. Since it's yearly, what's your favorite show of this year, and what's your most favorite summoning session? So favorite show of this year is probably 1000 Year Blood War for Bleach. I really enjoy the 1000 Year Blood War arc quite a bit. In terms of like, you know, any type of other shows, I don't really watch a lot of TV or movies or anything like that. So I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna sound really boring and just like, oh my god, this guy's crazy. If I'm not editing and working on videos, I'm probably hanging out with some friends or family, or I'm playing like a game in my free time, or I'm watching videos and researching on what I can be doing to improve my videos even more. But yeah, definitely favorite show this year is 1000 Year Blood War from Bleach. Favorite summoning session is definitely mine and Sleepy's Emperor sessions. Anytime me and Sleepy get on a video together, it's probably some of my favorite content that I do on the channel, next to like a lot of like the passion like type of projects I have, like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. Like, even though people be like, oh yeah, he was doing it because he was getting so many views and all that. Nah, not really. It was because that stuff was just so, because that was like my childhood. So I really went hard on every single one of those videos, and I loved them. By the way, it's possible Yu-Gi-Oh does come back on the channel at some point. What's your most favorite game you played this year, and what game have you spent the most time on this year? Oh god. Shout out to Thunder. He actually has a GS YouTube channel too. Most favorite game of this year. Well, Elden Ring came out. You know, I played a lot of Elden Ring whenever it dropped and really enjoyed that. Also, Master Duel came out this year as well, which I played a ton of Master Duel. Like, I have over 400 hours into Master Duel, like on all my accounts, not even counting like, you know, the editing sessions for those videos whenever I made them back in the day. So I would say favorite game I played this year, if we had to do like newer games. Oh, dude, I'm going to be looked at kind of weird here. People will be like, wait, OP, what? It comes down to like 3 for me. There's like 3 games that came out that I am extremely like just in love with. One of them is a game from my childhood that I played all the time and it actually got remastered, which is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I love that game. I love the boy Zack. I love the story of Final Fantasy VII, and that was a blast to play that, and I just loved it so much, and being able to see all the characters again and just playing that game again, actually being a good game instead of the PSP port that it was, and I loved it back then. It was really cool to see, because that was the first game that I played. I cried like crazy at the end, because I was only 8 years old and I watched my boy die. I guess that is a spoiler, but not really. That game's like 10 years old. Elden Ring definitely is up there, and then the other one is up there. Sonic Frontiers was definitely a favorite for me. I just loved it, like the boss battles and everything, even though they were kind of like on rails and all that. It just instantly gave me like a rush of dopamine playing those boss battles and doing it and seeing Super Sonic like actually be cool again. It was dope. But in terms of the game that I actually probably played most this year, probably wound up being Master Duel for my most played game this year. And I stopped playing that like a few months ago. So, but like I said, I am picking it back up. Slowly but surely, I am picking it back up. What units would you want to be buffed? Name a few and how they could be buffed. All of them. All the old ones. Every single last one of them. Just make them better. Do you think the 6-star units are going to kill the game if GS releases so many of them so fast? Yes, I do. I firmly believe that it will kill the game, but it's not only going to be the 6 stars. It'll be a lot of other decisions on top of the 6-star units as well. Have you ever thought of making a second channel for another game you like? Yes and no. I technically did do this with Lucidity whenever I posted like one video of Pokemon Unite, and then like I was like, I kind of don't want to do this no more. Reason being is because it just really wasn't it. I thought that I could do something kind of crazy with that, and I just didn't like making videos for Pokemon Unite after like the first one. It was just like a one and done kind of thing. But making like a whole new channel, I have thought about it in the past for a lot of different things, but just restarting is kind of like whatever. Even having like a second channel, I don't think is that great. Like the only thing that I would probably like make videos on would just be the random games that I play, because I am a very like random person when it comes to the video games I play. Like this year, if you guys want to know like what I went through in terms of gaming, like, okay, so I literally replayed Batman Arkham City and Arkham Knight for no reason, like earlier this year. And then after that, I went and played Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Following Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, I went and played DMC5 again. After that, I replayed all the Ninja Gaidens. And yeah, that like all happened in some free time of mine. That's like, you know, the way how it goes. I don't really follow trends or anything like that in gaming for the most part. Like I'll try out a new game if it's fun, of course, and then I'll probably buy like the newest game on the block, especially if I'm interested in it. But it's completely random. I just feel like for the type of gamer I am, it doesn't really work well for content a lot of the times. But there has been times in the past where I really wanted to make a video. Like for an example, I do at some point maybe want to make some type of crazy video for Yakuza 0, because Yakuza 0 is just one of my all-time favorite games. But I don't know exactly how I want to do it. I don't know if I want to do like a video essay on it, if I want to do like just a crazy video on it, or what type of video I want to do on it. If I ever do something though, it'll probably just be on this channel. I'm not trying to maximize profit or, you know, maximize analytics every single video. It's more so just whatever I feel like doing. And most of the time, at least for right now, the only like drive I have to make videos is through Grand Summoners. And sometimes it's different, like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I'll play Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I'll instantly be able to think of an entire video concept on Master Duel within like 5 minutes of me playing it, and I'll be like, okay, I want to make this into a video. Do you have a JP account, or do you plan on making one if they reveal a crossover / character you really like? If you do have one, why don't you upload videos showcasing new units on it? Well, I actually did have a JP account. I think I still do have it on my BlueStacks, but I don't really like playing JP for the most part. For one, I just can't read what I'm playing. It kind of turns me off in the game, because I would just like to be able to know like everything that I'm seeing. Yes, I know I can use like outside sources to look up anything that I want in the game, but it's just not really the type of player I am. And restarting in GS ain't it. Like, new player experiences are trash. What do you think should actually be added to the game? Guaranteed 5-star summons every single summon. I feel like that should be added. We're half a decade into this game, and that should be a thing by now. And by the way, whenever I mean guaranteed 5-star summons, I mean literally just like the last unit is guaranteed. You know, like how Dokkan and most other games do it. Also, having the pity costs. I think that would be really great too. And finally, the only other thing that I could think of to be added to GS that would help it would actually be more meaningful content, and not just the same rehashed content that we get for the entire year. How was 2022 for you? What are your plans for the future? So 2022 was pretty good overall as a year. Some sucky stuff did happen, of course, you know, like anything in life. Everything wasn't just butterflies and rainbows, but it was a decent year. It wasn't too bad for me. It was just a work year, pretty much. I was literally a workhorse this year, especially in the beginning of this year with Master Duel. I was in a very unhealthy state in terms of like how much I worked on stuff, but I enjoyed it. I loved it so much, but it actually did kind of get me sick at one point, like a little bit after Master Duel. I had to kind of like recuperate and not work as long and take a lot more breaks because just some stuff happened, some health issues, some heart issues, some stuff like that. But all that's sorted out now, all that's good. This may sound weird. My favorite times to work on videos is like whenever it feels like the videos really mean a lot to me. Like every single video means something, but like those Master Duel videos, whenever I made them, they meant so much. Every single one of them. And it almost felt like, I don't want to say like I felt like I was possessed, but I really felt like I was just a straight demon on the keyboard. Like I was doing everything I could. I was looking up other stuff, and that was probably the most that I actually ever went out of my bubble to really try to explode this channel was with Master Duel. I was contacting a bunch of different people. I contacted Decade, one of the biggest YouTubers for Master Duel. I contacted Dato Doya. I contacted a bunch of people to try to get like collabs or whatever, or try to like get me to work for them. And at one point I was actually going to be an editor for Decade, but that never happened, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, it was fun. It's really fun whenever I find something that I really like and I'm able to put like my entire heart and soul and pretty much every single bit of time I have into it. And some people may say that's unhealthy and you shouldn't do that, but that's the type of passion I have for stuff that I really love and really enjoy. And in terms of my plans for the future, I do have some goals, going into next year. One of the biggest goals is definitely try to grow the channel as much as possible. I want to hit like 50K in like the first 3 or 4 months in 2023, which is a huge undertaking that is going to be hard, especially for my channel. Like, I mean, we do gain subscribers here, but we only gain about maybe like 200, 300, maybe 400 subscribers every 2 weeks or so, which is a lot, but it's a steady growth. It's not like a booming growth. The most growth I had was with Master Duel, so I may have to try to do some more out of the box type stuff, try to find something else I'm really interested in to be able to hit that goal for me. Apart from just like really going hard on YouTube, the only other things that I have for plans is just try to keep improving and just keep trying to see what I can do in terms of content and video editing and all that. How much hours do you spend every day playing the game, or how many hours do you spend every day playing the game? So if we're going in a day of the life of OP in terms of like my scheduling, I really try to do the most in terms of making sure I get the most out of my time. So I do a lot of like pre-planning. Like for an example, usually every single day I will edit a video first thing in the morning most of the time. Then I upload the video, make the thumbnail, all that good stuff. But then following that, I usually will either go take a shower if I haven't took one yet. By the way, I do this every day. I can't function without a shower. Then I probably get something to eat. Then after that, I do stuff around the house because I'm mostly home for the most part. I work from home. If I'm done doing like all the usual like housekeeping stuff, then I probably will go back in my room and I'll chill for a little bit, kind of take a breather. I'll either watch some YouTube, talk to some friends, or I read a book, which I haven't read in about 2 months at this point, but I was reading a really interesting book that was Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. That book is amazing because I love psychology like a ton, so learning about the brain and learning how stuff functions and how we think is so interesting to me. So I really need to finish that book. I haven't finished it. I'm like almost done with it, but I just dropped it a few months ago because I just kind of got out of my habit of reading, because if I don't stick to it, then I kind of just will not do it. And then after I take that little breather, I probably will go start making dinner. I'll probably go buy dinner or whatever. Then I come back, I eat that, I chill with the fam some more, probably talk with some friends some more, whatever I want to do. And then it kind of gets a little bit later into the day. I probably will start playing a game for a little bit, but I'll probably stop about like an hour, maybe 2-3 hours into it, depending on how much time is left. Let's say it's around like 8 o'clock. I usually go to sleep around 2 a.m. most days, and I usually wake up around 8 a.m. So usually I'll play the game for a little bit, and then about halfway through it, I'll stop, and then I'll go work out for about an hour. And at that point, it's probably around like 11 or 12. And then if I'm too tired after the workout, I'm just going to go straight to sleep. But if I want to hop in a few more games with the boys or something, or if I just want to get on Discord and talk with the guys for a little bit longer, or just play like whatever single player game that I'm playing at the moment, just a tiny bit more, which is kind of irresponsible because I'd be a little bit tired. I'd be really tired after my workouts. Then I'll play for a little bit longer. Then I'll go to sleep. But I never usually stay up past 2 o'clock. That's like my rule. I don't stay up past 2. I go to sleep at 2 so I can wake up at 8 a.m. every single day. So on average, if I had to give you like the amount of time that I spend playing a video game, it ranges of course, but I would say the average is probably around 3 to 4 hours, maybe pushing 5. Got more subs than the GS official channel. How do you feel? I mean, pretty good, but I feel like that's not really that much of an achievement. I feel like most creators probably have more subs than the official channels for their respective games. Be rich. Well, let's start. So first and foremost, you need to start up a company. You probably want to start up some type of company that's pretty popular in your area, but also low competition. So usually think of power washing companies. This is usually very popular in a lot of the rural areas because you're able to do it at a very small upstart, also getting maximum profit. Huge props to you too if everyone in the neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods kind of know of you, because then you are able to get some pretty early customers. After starting up your business and getting the power washing going, pretty much you want to make sure that your customers and you have an agreement, kind of some respect. You may even want to do some stuff for free at first just to build up, some customer trust and everything, so you can have some people that can kind of support you and maybe even leave some reviews for you, maybe on Google or on Facebook if you start a Facebook page, which I highly recommend if you're starting up your business. I'm not about to do this. I gotta stop. Can I get a raise? I don't know, Ark. I think we gotta talk to upper management for that one. And ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for all the questions. There were a lot of repeat questions for the most part, so that's the reason why I skipped over some of them, but yeah, that's all of them. And there you go. There was the latest Q&A for OP. Who knows when I'll do another one? Probably not for another 4 years. No, it's definitely going to be sooner than that, I feel like. We'll probably do another one maybe next year. Maybe we'll do this as a yearly thing, or maybe every other year, something like that. But yeah, that was definitely fun. Of course, you know, if you guys have any more questions that you would like me to answer that I didn't answer in this video, you guys can leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll get to them and answer them if I can. And apart from that, that'll be it, man. Thank you all for all your questions, and thank you all for hanging out and listening to me ramble about all these. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all again, and last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.